Hey there collectible fans, this is Fly Guy for TekSushi.com. Here I am but I'm just giving you a review of this rather large set. As you can see, the Battle of Helm's Deep, and it's a little bit hard to get on the screen, so we thought we'd set it up in our mini kind of white studio part that we've got here to give you a bit of a review. So this is the box we're looking at here, the Battle of Helm's Deep, and as you can see it's the full kind of castle mount, all the bits and pieces from the movie. We see Aragorn and all these Uruk-hai guys and all the bits and pieces. So we're going to take you through, we'll show you the minifigures first and then show you some bits of the set, just to give you a look at the minifigures on the front of the box there. You can just make out, so we've got 3 Uruk-hai in the set, one slightly different from the other, and one which is the Uruk-hai who throws the bomb into the wall. You'll also see Aragorn there, Haldir, King Theoden, we can just see, and also Gimli the Dwarf. So that's the box. Just letting you look at the back of the box to see some of the features. You can see there we've got some areas where we can basically drop aspects down onto the Uruk-hai there. You can drop down kind of, I think it's supposed to be barrels or containers. You get a ladder where they can climb up. A little sneak peek at the Lord of the Rings video game. Really nothing going on in that segment there. You get a bit of an insight into the king's banquet, and a little rat as it gnomes on his lunch there, or his dinner. What else have we got? We've got a small compartment piece up at the top which shows you a sneak peek into Gimli. Basically, I can just get it on the screen there, which shows you Gimli flying across onto the steps there where the Uruk-hai basically are. Bit about the wall there and how it collapses, and I'll also show you the set 9471 and how because you can see that there, it connects to 9474, and off you go with connecting the two and building off this huge big set. And there it is, one massive looking set. Just before we show you that, there is 4 manuals in this set, quite a fair amount of them, and each one quite nicely shows you a different image in the front, so you do know what part you're building off this thing. So it gives you a good kind of overview of the overall set itself. And one other nice thing inside the set is it has these checklists. I think we've shown you in some of the Lord of the Rings Lego sets before, which allows you to find out which ones you want to collect in that awesome cave troll. That set's still got to come, but it gives you an idea of all the sets and bits and pieces that are involved. And I think we've got some little sneak snippets at the back of the manual 4, if I can find it. Is it in here? It's not. There was some scenes of Lord of the Rings, the kind of animation parts with Lego, but it's not in this brochure here. Anyway, on with the set. Let's get a look at the minifigures. So first up, an Uruk-hai guy. So these guys are pretty much the standard kind of Uruk-hai guys throughout the set. There's 3 of them with slight variations. You can see on the helmet view there we've got this, let me take his sword out the way, and you've got some pretty standard stuff you'll see on these guys, but great looking transfers, great paint on the body as well. It's just beautifully done, and obviously we get 2-sided faces on these guys, which I don't know quite why, because they're both practically the same. We've got on this guy here one kind of grumpy, not too happy face, and as you can see is grumpy, not too happy, but with some white Tipp-Ex all over his face. So not much of a difference, but still very cool little minifigures, and they're exactly the same for the 3 of them. There's the second one there, and the only difference really is these helmets that you can put on in the armour, because underneath, once we take all this off, as you'll see, same kind of paint, same kind of different head on that, but it allows the minifigure to, if I put these arms down, that'll come off, you can again see the same body underneath. So it's the same minifigure, but just you can add different pieces of armour the way it's designed on the front of the box, and that allows you to build up these minifigures and have your Uruk-hai Army. So there we go, that's what he looks like. One other one, we've got climbing a ladder here, just again, same guy, same Uruk-hai, same print, it's just with slightly different weapons and bits and pieces put together. So the other Uruk-hai guy is this guy, who basically is putting the bomb into the castle wall at Helm's Deep. Comes with his torch which lights off that bomb which is underneath the well, and we'll show you that in the collapsing wall. and that's pretty much the paint job on him. Nice touch on the back of his head. He's got these steel plates holding his head together pretty much, but a nice touch by Lego just to even give that bit of variance, and the torch is pretty cool too, so another cool minifigure. One other one that we've seen before in some of the other sets we reviewed at Weathertop is Aragorn. So pretty much exactly the same figure, there's no difference really at all, but great print on him. He really is the kind of Han Solo of this set. Good hair piece on him. Unfortunately there is just really no difference between that face and that face. It's just a bit of a grimace with the teeth, and that's all you get. But some good printing, the belt buckle, and the kind of straps and bits and pieces on his legs, and that's him. That's Aragorn with a cool sword. We also get Gimli the dwarf, and he's the most cool. You can just see his double axes there. And let me take these off and we'll show you the quality of that. You can just, if you're watching our videos in HD, as all of them are, you can see the print work on that is just beautiful all around the helmet. It's probably written in some Elvish or some Lord of the Rings language, I don't know, but it's pretty damn cool. So once you take Gimli's helmet off, you begin to expose this kind of weird minifigure underneath, with just a giant beard. And if we take the giant beard off, if it will come off, in fact you need to take the head off first, which is going to be really difficult to do, but we're going to do it live. There we go. So there's Gimli minus the beard. Not too happy a chappy, with a kind of cool print on his chest plate there, and a huge giant belt, his big eyebrows, and on the other side he's happy. It doesn't make much sense, because when you put the beard back on him, either which way you put that back on, you're not going to get to see the expression on his face, so it's kind of pointless in some ways having that expression, because it doesn't make any difference. So anyway, that's the way Gimli is, and we'll put him back together later on. He comes with short legs, so there's no kind of posability factor on that one. Who else do we have? Well, we have Haldir, I think his name is, and he is one elf. And again, beautifully done on the front of the design there on the chest plate and on the sides of the legs. Just beautifully put together. If we take his headpiece off, there's his standard, not his standard, but his elf hair. And you'll see, whoops, he's got two expressions. One not too happy at all, and one kind of happy to put a bow in you. If we have a look under the cloak, we'll see if we just turn that round. There's the kind of difference on his back, on the back print. And again, just on the front of the print. So again, beautifully done. All the gold. Camera's really not showing up, giving it justice, but it's really cool quality on that gold print. And the standard kind of Lego bow, so there's not a great deal of difference there than we've seen before. We also get... now this is King Haldir. Sorry, King Theoden. My apologies, I'm completely losing my Lord of the Rings skills here. So there we go. Again, beautiful kind of design on that helmet. Look at the intricate designs on that. For a little tiny minifigure, Lego really have gone to town in terms of quality in these sets. Really trying to capture all the detail. Even on that, there's not one sticker in this set, which is just fantastic. It's all printed bricks. So beautifully done. The Lego Horse, we reviewed these and had a look at them in some of the other Lego reviews before for Lord of the Rings, but pretty cool for a Lego horse. It's pretty cool. But back onto this guy to show you the quality of the print on this. So if I'll take the helmet off, you'll see there's his face, quite screen accurate actually, apart from the big stud on his head. But again, we get a happy king and a not so happy king. But if I take that sword and that out of the way, you'll see, and again the camera's not quite picking this up, there's a beautiful shiny lacquer over the top of that minifigure. Just beautiful kind of paint work done on that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Nothing on the back though, which is kind of annoying, but after going to such a good effort on the chest plate. But underneath you'll see he's got a fairly basic tunic, and again fairly basic on the back, and that very cool shield that he's got. So look, minifigure wise, this is an amazing set. If this is one you wanted to get for the minifigures, and this is one slightly annoying thing, is to get all these minifigures for the Fellowship, you basically have to buy the entire range of Lord of the Rings, which is a little expensive, let me tell you. I can tell you from experience. So there we go, that's the minifigures. Let's get a look at the set and all the features and functions. I'll give you a quick overview of that. So moving that out the way, and we'll bring this forward first of all. A couple of pieces to show you, and let's focus in on that just a little bit more. There we go. So we've got this piece here that allows you to put Gimli onto. You can just see the door mechanism. If I turn that round, there's a little door here which allows you to, if I can open the damn door, there we go. So that allows the piece, just in the same as the movie, Gimli and Aragorn can be coming out of there. Put the minifigure inside here, and then flip, which then lands onto the front of this kind of walkway for the castle. One of the cool thing about it, when I say castle, I mean Helm's Deep. One of the cool thing is the steps move apart, and inside you basically get a little skeleton head, which is kind of cool. Nice little touch by Lego. But it also allows you, if you're displaying this, to move the stairs a little bit, which can be pretty hard because this is a very deep set. It's not just called Helm's Deep, but it's a really kind of deep set if you want to put this onto a shelf. Working doors, really cool, kind of beautiful detail done there on the kind of flat panel for the Lego doors. And again, these are new bricks, these elements here, these are new, pretty much to these Lord of the Rings set. I've not seen them much more before. They might have come out in the city not that long ago, but they're certainly relatively new in the last year. Some nice detail around here. Again, we've got kind of moss and all the parts and pieces of the wall, and a very cool design the way this has been put together. So it's a really interesting build. You're building this kind of castle effectively, so it really is, there's some interesting parts to it. As I mentioned before, this just allows you to take these kind of cannonball-like barrels, I guess, and have them basically roll off the top of there down onto the assailants below. But yeah, it's kind of good fun. But this ladder is something that's kind of cool. We haven't really seen that before. And if I give you a focus, some very cool Lego bricks here. Quite unique is these silver pieces here. I certainly haven't seen them before, but it makes for a cool ladder there which climbs and can hook onto the wall there for the Lego minifigures to climb up. One of the kind of coolest play features of the set as we move on round is this. This is the bomb which we mentioned earlier on, the Uruk-hai places, if you remember the movie, into the kind of moat river piece inside or the sewerage basically inside the castle wall, and that allows it to blow up. So that's the bomb. Pretty simple basic Lego brick, but still cool nonetheless. And a nice touch with the Lego bricks, there's a couple of clear ones and blue ones which do make a difference. But on the back of this, as we go around, I'll show you, you press a button and this entire wall pops down. I'll show you the button, but just to give you an idea, if I do this now, you'll see this on camera, hopefully. And it didn't do it. It's basically all these bricks you can just see are all kind of just aligned, so I've probably had it sitting too solid. Let me try it once more. Whoops. Don't fall on me when I don't want you to. Here we go, let's try again. There we go. So that's the point of trying to blow up the wall, and it's basically all these Lego bricks come apart like so, and that allows you to replicate the movement. So let's swing this thing round. It's a big ass set, and you'll get a look inside. So as we move it around, you'll see some of the bits inside. So we've got a doorway inside here, obviously the inside of the wall, and that's the mechanism. That's the mechanism there, which is basically standing up, and as you press that, it knocks the components down. This is where Gimli uses the horn. The movie, don't ask me the name of it, I can't remember, but he can climb up these ladders up here, up on the top, blows his horn, and I guess his friends come running. An ancient version of 911, I guess. So that's the inside of the castle, of Helm's Deep, I should say. Nice touches, and again those doors working there, and that's really it. There's not much to the inside of it. If you notice down there though, these two pegs do allow you to connect other sets, and that's the 9471 set which I've mentioned and I've reviewed, but I'll show you how that plugs in later on. Which I should also mention on this side here, as we move that back, you'll see again 2 parts there, and that's what it's meant to go. Let me just do this because I've topped it up and I'm not going to show you. This is 9471, so this is a separate set, but you'll see the 2 plug holes there, and then the same on that other side there. So those pins allow you to connect that in. So if I do that really simply, you'll see, there you go, connects in, and you can basically extend Helm's Deep even further. But if you wanted to, of course, just take that out. Of course, I've just taken a pin out at the same time, and just connect it onto the other side. So it allows you to basically buy extra sets of 9471, this one here, and just keep on building and make a huge Helm's Deep if you want to. So it's your choice. Damn expensive though, I have to say, to do that, but there you go. So that's pretty much the inside of Helm's Deep, but there's one other part to it, and that actually sits that way inside the set, but we'll just give you a look at the outside first of all. So this ramp connects onto this wall over here, just lays gently against it, but that's pretty much the interior of the castle. Not much to report on the outside. It's a pretty basic build, not really a great deal going on. Flag and torch, but it's when we get inside that you basically get the King's Banquet Hall, and there's some cool touches here. First of all, you get this little rat. We've seen that in a couple of sets. These great little stools, which are falling apart as I take them out to show you, and that allows them to basically sit down and have a little snackette, which consists of 1 chicken thigh, and there's some nice little touches there. There's a gold plate, very metallic looking gold plate, and a couple of goblets, and they can sit there. That is 1 sticker. In fact, there's 2 stickers. My apologies, I said there's no stickers. There are 2 stickers. One is the crest for the horse there. Let me just give you a close-up of that. You can see a little bit more inside, and the seat that he's got. And if I just shine the light and sharpen that up, there you go. So that's 1 sticker for the back of his seat we've got down here, and for this up here. And that's pretty much, that is definitely the only stickers in the set. There's no more. My apologies, I lied. So a couple of swords in there, a couple of spears, and that's it. Now, I bought this set from shopforme.com.au. Awesome guys, and actually without them I would not have bought any of the Lord of the Rings Lego, because they allowed basically these sets to come in at a very reasonable price. What they have done is allowed you to buy all the sets together and get a bulk discount, so particularly good, and that means you can basically afford these things, because this is not cheap Lego. It's not it's a big set, so Lego want to charge a fair bit of money for it, so yeah, it's not the cheapest of sets. So but certainly buying it for group discount allowed me to save a hell of a lot of money, so thank you to shopforme.com.au. if you're in Australia, that's the place to buy it. If you're overseas, you can buy it at chowdentoys.com, world's 2nd largest Lego store. They are a sponsor, but they've got tons of cool Lego. And of course, if you guys in the US and some of you guys in Europe, you get Lego stores out there, you can pick up these sets too. Expect to pay, I think I paid roughly this work to, I can't even remember, actually I'm going to guess $100 and something anyway, so it's not exactly one of the cheapest sets offhand. Just go to lego.com and put in your country store. You'll see the retail price there, or as I say, save some money and buy it at Shop For Me. That's pretty much it. One last thing I should just note yet again is on this final interior piece here, nice touch that Lego have done is these pins are again on these sets, so you could, for example, plug that into that set there, so you could build yourself a bit of a play set and allow this to then, whoops, as the Lego falls apart on me, allow you to plug that in there to that, so you can make a larger play set if you wanted to. So lots of flexibility in adding different sets and build your own Helm's Deep. But there we go, that is set 9474, the Battle of Helm's Deep. Let us know what you think in the comments below or on facebook.com/TekSushi, and we'd love to hear what you think on the Lord of the Rings Lego, and we'll see you for more reviews soon. Cheers.